happening, sports fans? It's Wednesday evening, June 9th.
Yes, it is.
We got Mario, we got John, and myself. They left the three amigos in charge again.
Yes.
So,
Wow. They know what they're doing.
They must trust us.
They must trust us. I'm not sure why. So it's open mic, and
Make them off the rails a little bit, but it's all right.
yeah, there's nobody here to reel us back in, but we'll behave.
I'll do my best.
I promise good behavior.
I'll do my best to keep you guys under control.
We'll see what time that goes till. But yeah, so
6:32 maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, here we are. John and I are at the store. Mario, you're down in sunny Florida, and we're trying to get back to normalcy.
Yes, we are.
We're trying. I want to thank everybody that's been tuning in and following us. We gave away some raffle prizes last week. We got a couple of more to announce this week from last week's show. And I'll apologize before I butcher their names. Barbara Bush Ailey and James G. Caranzales. How'd I do? James G. Caranzales and Barbara Bush Ailey.
All right.
We got a couple autograph photos. You have your choice of Harold Jackson, Eagles legend that was in the store last Saturday, or Ala and Mark Zumoff.
Those guys are awesome.
Yeah, they were. How fantastic were they?
We're the best buddies now.
Yeah.
With our followers here.
Anytime they start spitting out their cell phones to you, I'm like, why am I getting the cell phone number? No, Ala was
awesome.
Ala was great.
Yep.
I'm getting the goosebumps that he got talking about Duke and going back home. So yeah, we talked a little college basketball with Ala. But anyway, Barbara and James, if you contact John or myself, we got some autographed photos, and we'll be happy to mail those out to you if you're not local to the store. Yeah, so I just, real quick, thank our sponsors, Dagwood's Pub, State Farm, Philip Yun, doing a great job up there in the great Northeast, along with Abramson and Denenberg, law firm out of Philadelphia. So we've got a lot going on.
And Carl's Cards and Collectibles.
Yeah, don't forget them.
Biggest sponsor ever.
Tomorrow night we're up in Reading for our second sponsored game of the season, so we've got free tickets for that.
Nice.
So come on out. Should be a fun night, as long as the weather holds off.
It's always fun up there.
So we'll talk more about Dagwoods later on in the show for next week, but I'm going to hand it off to John because you got some numbers to cover for who wore it best.
We're going to cover an extra number this week just for since next week we'll be missing out on numbers, and then the following week after we do Dagwood show, we'll do another three numbers to catch back up.
Did the Bull win 19?
He did.
Thank God. Thank God.
He did.
Thank God.
And it's not what we're saying he did.
Right. Good. I got that. I'll write that down.
Yeah.
But no, he did win. So for 75, Stan Walters was the winner, beating out Joe Green and Connor Brogdon and Deacon Jones. And for 76, Jerry Sizemore beat out Sean Bradley and Orlando Pace, and Bob Brown. So congratulations to both of those winners, well deserved. This week we have 77. For the Phillies, we have Adonis Medina. His major league debut was September 20th, 2020. He's an 0-1 record with a 4.50 ERA with 4 strikeouts and 4 innings of work. He had his one game last year. For the Eagles, we have Artist Hicks, played from 2002 to 2005, a member of the 04 NFC Championship team, a guard for the Eagles. For the Flyers, we have Paul Coffey, who played a cup of coffee here when he was here.
Hey.
but a great player. 14-time All-Star, a 4-time Stanley Cup champion, Hockey Hall of Famer, and he's ranked 28th out of the 100 top greatest players in NHL hockey. And then for the outsider, we have Ray Bork, a Stanley Cup champion with the Colorado Rockies in '01, or Colorado Avalanche, not Rockies. He's first in points for a defenseman with 1,579 points, a 19-time All-Star, and a Hall of Famer in 2004 for the NHL. So, Mario, the floor is yours.
So I'm going to go Coffey.
Coffee?
Yeah.
Black,
Just because
sugar
I like,
or black?
Black. Straight up black.
All right.
And a big cup, too, John.
The big cup.
Yeah.
Always got to go big. Go big or go home. Paul Coffey.
Paul Coffey?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. How many games did he play here again?
It was only a little bit. I don't have the games down. Of course, you always pick the stats that I don't have. But
He was a client of a good friend of ours, Bill Mattis. Did a number of things with him here in Philly,
Really?
and I'll never forget. He was doing a car dealership out in Devon, and I didn't know Bill at the time.
really,
And Bill was sitting next to Paul Coffey.
wow.
Yeah, yeah. He aligned a couple of things with Paul Coffey, but that's not why I'm voting. He was a great hockey player.
Oh yeah, no,
He was a great hockey player. He added. I mean, the Flyers notorious for bringing those types of guys in all the time.
Right.
At the end of their careers.
Give
know
him
what I mean?
77 too. Because 77, we had a little bit of a decision between Adam Oates and Chris Gratton. So
Gratton would have been a good pick. He played probably more than the
more time, right?
Yeah, than the three guys. But
But yeah.
what do we have the honor of John Roberts jumping on with us tonight? We love you, John Roberts. You give great sports analogies. I still follow you on Facebook. Don't think I don't. Paul Coffey.
Paul Coffey. I'll go Coffey as well. I'll go. If Hicks got us to the Super Bowl and won it, I may have changed my mind, but I'll go Coffey for this one.
Don't let us sway you.
No,
Yeah, really?
no, he didn't get us to. He didn't get us there today. To win the Super Bowl.
Neither did Paul Coffey.
No, but stature of the player.
All
Otherwise.
right, I see where you're going.
All right, so now we're on to 78. For the Phillies, we have that Doug Nickel. His major league debut is September 18th of 2000. He's a 1-0 record with a 7.84 ERA and 10 strikeouts in 10 games of his career. For the Eagles, we have Carl Harrison, defensive end, played from 76 to 83. Member of the 1980 NFC Championship team. And then here we go where I'm going to butcher this one.
Nah, go for it.
Good luck.
For it.
For the Flyers, we have Pierre Edward Belmore. There you go.
He just made him a good Irish Catholic.
Yeah, really.
I still think it's Belmore, but I don't know.
All right,
No, that would
Belmore.
make that would sound more Italian than anything.
Italian, right? Yeah, we'll see. He played 237 games, 17 goals, 17 assists. He was a -12 plus minus, and then we let him off there in Vegas. Stole him in the expansion draft from us.
Won a cup.
He did.
Won a cup.
Damn.
And then for the outsider, we have Anthony Munoz, a 9-time first-team All-Pro, 11-time Pro Bowler, 1980 All-Decade NFL team, and a member of the 75th and 100th anniversary team.
The outsider's missing on your scroll.
Oh, the outsiders and 70 and 79 are missing. We only got 200.
All right,
characters.
Mrs. H, there are no outsiders. So stop texting me.
Oh. Now where was I?
I'm telling you, we run such a tight ship
I know.
that we're getting scrutinized by everyone.
Exactly.
No mistakes allowed.
No, I know. I get
You
it.
got to chip.
I know. Well, we only got 200 characters. we got to get street.
No, we got 3.
Well, that's true.
We got 3.
And he's a Pro Football Hall of Famer in 1998.
Who is?
Anthony Munoz.
Oh, we're still doing.
Yeah, we're still doing. Yeah, he never finished.
So there we go. Mario, who do you have for 78?
I'm going with Carl Hairston. Sorry.
There you go.
Nice player. I'll go Carl Hairston only for the namesake.
There you go.
The only reason.
All right. I agree. He was good. He was good. I always liked him.
Wow,
back in
two
the 80s.
clean sweeps.
Yeah, well, I mean, we not that we're saying we have slim pickings, but we got slim pickings.
Sorry, I don't even see the slim part. We've hit the bare necessities.
Yeah, we're running on a skeleton crew here. So
all right, well, we might be stepping up into another higher number here with number 79. Then we're on to for our third number for the week.
yeah, and who leads off with number 79, John?
That Jojo Romero. He smashes the energy drink over his arm. He made his major league debut August 21st, 2020. He's got a 0-0 record with a 7.32 ERA with 18 strikeouts and in 23 games. For the Eagles, we have Brandon Brooks, a 3-time Pro Bowler, a Super Bowl champion, and he played from 2016 until current. For the Flyers, we have Carter Hart. He's got 101 games played, 95 of them started. He's got a 49-37 record with a 2.88 goals against average and a 90.5 save percentage. For the outsider, we have Jose Abreu, a 3-time All-Star, a 2020 AL MVP, the AL Rookie of the Year in 2014, a 3-time Silver Slugger, a 2-time AL RBI leader, and he hit for the cycle in September 9th of 2017. So,
Wow.
So there we go. And Mario, who do we have?
Well, for this one, it is a little more difficult. As much as I really would love to go with Carter Hart, I'm going with Brandon Brooks.
Okay. Here we go. this is the time.
I can't let him down. I gotta stay in his corner. I'll see him through all this. He's going through a rough patch. He'll be back.
No doubt about that. No doubt about that, Carl. But Brooks has a championship.
Not with the Eagles, though. Not with the Eagles. With the slimy Steelers across the state.
Understand.
I can't go there. I'm going to stay with Carter.
All right.
I'm going to stay with him. I get too much invested.
I agree with you. Carter Hart. I thought that was going to be the lone wolf here.
Wow.
Take him,
Okay. All right.
But yeah, I'll go with Carter. I mean, he had a rough year, but he's going to bounce back.
Oh, no doubt about that.
I only
There's too much talent.
There is. There's too much talent there. And if it's in his head, we need to get him straightened out.
I just think we need a defense in front of him.
If he doesn't drink, maybe we need to have him start drinking.
Right. Where Segura had to drink less, Carter Hart's got to drink more.
So when we do this again next year, things will change.
Right.
He said we're doing this next year. This has become a grind. It's still a lot of fun.
It is.
You're right, Jack Broder. He does need a team in front of him, and hopefully, hopefully that all starts soon.
Right.
I just don't like the direction. Well, it's not that I don't like it. We've already signed 2 more young goalies. So that's more info
pressure
that he needs to process. You know what I mean? More pressure to perform. Mm-hmm. But we'll see. I mean, Carter Hart's too good a goalie. So we gotta get rally behind them and support them.
Absolutely. You can't just jump off the ship after
No,
a bad year.
it was a bad year for the whole team.
Right.
I mean, it was a bad year for the whole team. So, you know, hopefully he can turn it around.
Right.
So you want to move right into Flyers talk?
We can skip right over them Phillies.
Yep.
No, while Jack's on the board, and I know
Right.
Joe Stinger's a big Flyers fan, and I know you guys, pay close attention to what we say and, whatnot. I'm just curious. A lot of information came out this week about Nolan Patrick. He was second overall pick a couple of years ago. He wants to be traded. He doesn't want to be a Flyer anymore. This just doesn't happen in Flyer country.
No.
This usually this is stuff that happens across the street, with the Eagles.
This is out of the box here.
I mean, I believe management and coaches stuck by Nolan Patrick, through his concussions, his what was the other injury that they were treating him for? The migraines. Wisdom teeth extraction. I mean, he had everything going on, and the Flyers stood by him. I'll drive him to the airport. I don't know. I just, he's another young player. I mean, he was second overall.
Right.
I mean, is he a bust? I mean, is he that bad? What the hell happened?
Again, it's only here in Philadelphia that these things happen.
You're stealing my lines.
I know it is, but it's a good one and it's a true one. It's
This
crazy.
crap only happens in Philadelphia.
It's crazy. Because we missed out because that was a tiebreaker, right? If I'm not mistaken.
With the Devils, and
that we end up losing out to get the second pick, and then the first pick is the stud out of the group. And then we get Patrick that got ended up getting hurt, which isn't his fault. And then, stemming from that with all the concussions and stuff.
He's complaining about the coach. He's complaining that Philly's a tough town to play in. Hey, guess what?
Who didn't know that?
No kidding.
You better play. Yeah.
No kidding. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I read that. Sean brought it to my attention a couple of days ago, so I had to kind of read some information on it, and I was just kind of I was floored.
Right.
I really was. Because again, I'm looking for Carter Hart to have a bounce back year, and Nolan Patrick. A couple of these young guys need to, Travis Konechny. They need to grow up. They need to mature. This is the NHL. You get paid a lot of money to play this game.
Right. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's big boy. Put the big boy pants on. Let's go.
But on a more positive note, our good friend Ian LaPerriere, Lappy, as we know him, was promoted to be the head coach of the Phantoms. I like this move a lot.
Right.
I really do. I love this move personally because I'd like to see Lappy one day be a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
And
what was he doing before?
He was an assistant behind the bench.
Okay. All right.
For the past, I believe it was 8 years. So he's, he came right off the ice.
Right.
He came right off the ice and became an assistant coach. And, he's molded a lot of these players, toughened a lot of them up. And he's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad to see him go up there to the Valley and be the head coach.
Jack's not happy with it.
No, Jack doesn't like Lappy. Oh, he loves
he
Lappy.
loves him.
Yeah,
doesn't like
absolutely.
the move.
Yeah. I didn't think he had a problem with him.
No, he doesn't have a problem with him. He's got a problem with the move.
Well, you got if you want to get a head coaching job, he's going to have to do the grind a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't know if I said it to you, but is this a move to prime him to put a little heat on Alain Vigneault? We weren't sure what his position was after the failure of the season, right? But he's coming back. Does he have a vote of confidence from the GM? Is
Bobby Clark had an idea that it may be
interesting?
Just a little inside information from
yesterday. I see
yesterday.
that you were holding out on me.
Yeah, a little bit from yesterday.
Holding out on me.
Yeah, well, I had to save some good tidbits, for
All
sure.
right, I like it.
Lauren puts it all out on the air beforehand.
I got you. I like it. I like your style. Your style. Keep bringing it.
Oh yeah, try it.
It's good. No, so
he
some Flyers news. We got the expansion draft coming up. We've got the NHL draft coming up. Free agency.
Yep.
We got a lot of stuff coming up in the next few weeks.
Next week is baseball draft, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So,
Yep. Good segue. We can talk Phillies baseball if you like.
there you go.
We can talk Phillies baseball. They're 28-31, 4 games back in the loss column.
Right.
And they're making some moves, right?
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, John and I have been trying to dissect it, for, I don't know, all season.
Right.
We're not real sure what they're trying to do. Besides getting healthier.
That's the big thing.
I mean, that's got to be the first priority, right? Get everybody healthy, get everybody back on the field. We're 2/3 of the way there. We need to get Didi back, right?
Right. He's the only one left on the IL.
That is correct. Yep.
Right.
So we get him back. We get the Luke Williams move kind of scratches our head a little bit because we're not sure where he's going to play. It's a good move for good for Luke. I mean he came off of Team USA there, had a good qualifying round, but
right.
It's just like with Nick Maton, the kid's got to play if he's going to come up here.
Right.
Great question, Jack. Bigger bust, got Kingery or Nolan Patrick? It's a great question.
Yeah.
Great question.
That is a good question.
It's a great question.
I would have to say Patrick only because he was at number.
He was second overall.
Second overall, just from draft.
But Kingery got $25 million.
I was going to say, I'd have to go with the bigger contract.
He's definitely the bigger winner there, but I don't. That is a good question.
That's a great question.
But the fact that they signed him to a bigger contract, I would say, makes him the bigger bust. Because they clearly expected way more out of him than he provided.
It's a good point. You're spot on with that.
Yeah, I mean,
somebody saw something. I'm not sure who that somebody was.
Yeah, I don't know that either one of them are still done for their careers, but
no,
but if anybody is closer, it would be, I guess, Kingery would be closer.
Well,
to being done.
Well, I mean, he's further along to get him to turn around. It's going to be a little harder, to turn around, and he passed through waivers, so nobody picked him up, which isn't a big surprise since he has the $24 million, owed to him. So
very similar to what they did with Ghost.
Right.
The Flyers did with Ghost, right? Kind of dangling the carrot out there, hoping somebody would snag the contract.
Right, and then it opens up the 40-man roster spot.
Right.
So
right.
That
Joe Stinger wants to know who makes the decisions. My guess it was probably
Dombrowski,
wasn't it?
No, Dombrowski.
For Kingery? Yep. For Kingery, he's asking.
Right.
Who signed him? Yes. It was
Clintock. Yes. Yeah. Which brings me to my question. Did he do anything here in his time with the Phillies?
Clintock?
Other than pushing the bomb button and blowing it up?
I mean, seriously?
No.
Yeah. Because he didn't bring Harper here, even though it was under his reign. It was Middleton that brought Harper here.
Right.
I guess you could say the JT trade, I guess, would be the one thing to bring.
Was that him, or is that also?
Middleton gave it the okay, but it was more, I think, him and McPhail making a move.
Is McPhail still here?
They're here. They're getting a paycheck. Let's put it that way.
All right.
Whether or not they're actually still showing up every day. In the
great
office.
questions, guys. Keep them coming.
Really.
They're great comments, great questions, and that's what we're looking for because we need all the help we can get on this show.
Right. But yeah, it's tough. Again, defense hurt us last night. We fought back to come back in that game. Took the lead there 5-4, and then gave up 5 runs in the 8th inning.
I just sit there at night. I shake my head. I end up with a headache. You know what I mean? Because I just, they fight so hard to get in the game, stay in the game, come back, and then, we end up throwing it away some way, shape, or form.
Literally.
I don't live. Yeah, I don't want to hang everything on the bullpen. That's not what I'm here to do because
No.
that's a tough job.
But how
That's a
can you
tough
not?
job. It's stop and think about it. You come in, you inherit, first and second, one out. You inherit the bases loaded. That's a tough job.
Right.
You know what I
No
mean? That's
doubt.
not an easy. That's not an easy
No doubt.
process.
No doubt.
That
But
is-
isn't the bullpen's job to come in and shut everybody down?
Well, that's what you're hoping for, but it's not going to happen all the time.
Right.
You're not
And I
always
get
going to
that.
get. You're not going to get the results that you're looking for.
No.
You know what I mean? It's a tough. Yeah, it takes a tough. You gotta have tough skin to be a relief pitcher.
Well, I mean,
You know what I mean?
Obviously, Coonrod had the throwing error, but he breaks Acuna's bat, and he gets 2 RBIs out of it. As a base hit.
Yeah,
So
it's
you know,
just
you could do your job and still fail.
yeah.
Because the other player did a little bit, something special
Right.
as well.
But then the offense got to help too.
Well, they fought all night.
yeah,
They fought all night to make the score 5-4. We needed 4 outs. That's all we needed, 4 outs. I get it. I'll hang it, where it needs to be hung. I don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean? I just hear these press conferences from players and coaches, and we do all the right things in practice. We got to do a better job. Well, Jesus, come on. You know what I mean? I'm not asking you to throw a guy out at home plate. You know what I mean?
on the wall.
It's just it's simple baseball. It really is, and that's they've been losing a lot of games like this.
No, they have. They have.
So at that point, what do you think their biggest problem is right now?
Just consistency and health.
I think it's in their heads. I really do.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it's in their heads. I think it's really become more mental.
Well,
These guys are the best players in the world.
Right.
They're primed athletes in great shape, right? They can throw the ball 100 mile an hour. They can hit the ball 400 feet. You know what I mean?
Look at some of the plays that look like they're little league plays out there.
I don't disagree. Keystone Cops.
That's
But it happens. It
bad.
happens both ways though, because Luke Williams laid down the bunt yesterday and he got thrown out in the right field, and he ends up on third base. So, it happens. It happens all around. It's just not here in Philly, but it's just
It's tough.
magnified more here.
Right.
Absolutely. Everything is the
Right.
smallest little detail because these losses are going to come back to haunt us in September.
right.
You know what I mean? Just like last year. What was it? 14, 15 losses out of the bullpen?
Yep.
Right?
Well, think about it. But John, and to your point where it goes both ways, think about when we played Cincinnati. They were throwing the ball all over the place and couldn't get it in their glove. And that helped us out a lot. But it seems to be happening, I guess, more frequently here.
Well,
Again, I think we watch the Phillies play every day,
Right.
so we see all those plays. But we see the Reds play those 3 days, and that, or I think one of them got rained out, right? So we
Right.
saw them for 2 games,
2 games, right.
and then we move on.
So,
And we don't watch them, but
How many years have you been watching baseball? And how often have you seen plays like this happen here? Not as often as they have been happening.
other than a few stretches in 2006 to 2012, it's happened a lot.
we're spoiled.
Right.
Like, stop and
Right.
think about it. We're spoiled.
Yeah.
We really are. We've had a lot of great players,
Right.
Hall of Fame players that we talk about all the time.
Mhm.
I don't care if you go back to Chuck Klein, Mike Schmidt, Chase Utley, Jimmy Rollins, Ryan. We're spoiled.
Right. Oh yeah,
We are freaking spoiled.
yeah.
We expect to win every night. We don't accept failure very well.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we're hard. We're hard fans.
Yeah.
I think every fan probably would say that in every city.
Right.
But, it's magnified in Philadelphia. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's just, we expect them to win. We're talking about attendance, and you got a great argument. The fans aren't going to start to come out until they start winning.
Right.
At this
You know
point,
what I mean?
I think just because of having last year off, they have a different mindset now. But
We've gone through the drought.
right.
You know what I mean? the rebuilding years of the Flyers. We haven't won a cup since God knows when, right? We're
Also in diapers.
we're still building the process, right? Right? What else? I mean, it's the Eagles. Here we are. We're. Do we ever think 3 years removed from a Super Bowl we're rebuilding?
Right.
I mean, it's crazy to think of the magnitude of all of this.
Mm-hmm.
As fans, we spend our hard-earned money, tickets, parking, beers, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
right?
think about it, Carl. About 10 minutes ago, you made a comment that one of the Flyers said it was very difficult to play here.
There you go.
But there's a lot of players on all four teams that like playing here for that reason. Harper's one of them, right? So what does that tell you about the person that said that made that comment?
Well, I mean, I liked him as a person. I liked him as a young player. But to hear that comment come out of his mouth, I mean, what kind of person are you? What do you want out of life?
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, you're a couple of years into the NHL and you're making that kind of comment. That makes no sense.
Right.
That just tells me you just want the golden stick handed to you.
Right. Well, and that's part of the problem too. A lot of these guys have had everything handed to them coming through. The guys that actually work hard and do things are going to succeed here. Because most of the guys are harder on themselves than us fans are on them. In the grand scheme of things, it's just a matter of, I think a lot of it too is we have a football mentality. 16 games, and all these other sports are a lot longer games.
It's a grind.
Like I said, with football, you have 10 games is equal to one football game. And you got five or six games for a hockey or a baseball or basketball season.
Real quick. Jimmy Rollins didn't run out of ball first base. Happened more than once. Charlie Manuel had no problem getting in his face.
Right.
No problem getting in his face.
And taking him out.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Does Joe Girardi need that mentality? More fire with these guys? I'm not talking about a guy running to first base, but guys that continue to not hustle plays, make the plays. You know what I mean? It just, and when it happens, it just seems to spread around.
Right. I mean, I think it goes back to your injury question though too, because it's hard to lay down the law when you're looking at who's on the bench behind you.
Yeah, it's like, oh boy, I'm going to sit him, but I got no replacement.
Right.
Kind of like that Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Bryce Harper couldn't even pick up his shoulder to throw a ball, and he's got him out there in right field. But anyway, we're tough fans, but I think we're the best fans in all of
sports.
I mean, come on, seriously, who rallies and gives parades like Philadelphia?
Nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's you got
you'll see one in July.
You got the Fandemic crew down there.
Oh.
They're building a legacy of their own.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's a fan base unheard of.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
What they did last year, this year in the section 245, they're moving up to, I believe it's 301.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We get the best fans.
Right.
All we want, like Sue said, 100%. That's all you got to give. Just bring it every night.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need to do.
Exactly.
Speaking about bringing it every night, what are we going to do with the Eagles and Zach Ertz? What are we going to do? What's going to happen there? Give me a resting place for Zach Ertz. Is he going to stay or is he going to go? I know you got inside connections.
I still think that it's between Buffalo and the Colts. I think.
You definitely got him out of here.
Yeah.
You told me, and I wrote it down. June 1st, he was going to be gone.
Yeah, they got the cap relief that they were able to move things around. It's just a matter of.
Is there any way he can play here in Philadelphia after all of this?
It's got to be hard. I mean, it's going to take a special player if he does. I mean, obviously the Eagles don't care if he does or not. As far as
they have to care.
Well, I mean,
if they didn't care at this point, he'd be gone.
I mean, as far as whether or not he's going to play, like because they have
I
won
got you.
they have won their
I
contract.
got you.
So
I got
you
you.
either play or you don't play, and you go on. They're just looking for the right deal
Okay.
to be had, and I think once it gets a little closer, I think
Okay.
the
That's about all I got on Eagles because
No.
we're in a rebuild.
right.
The OTAs are over. Season will be starting in, I guess, mid to late July.
Right, I think it's like 6 weeks off they got right now.
So, it's going to be interesting.
Right.
So
It's-
John
it's-
wants to keep Zach.
Sean, yeah, I do as well.
In
know
a
what I
perfect
mean?
world, yeah.
I
Right.
think he would be a perfect complement with Dallas Goedert and a rookie quarterback and the rookie wide receivers. Yeah, I do. I just don't know how you patch. That's that's got to be the most difficult thing ever for everybody.
Yeah, it was close to Carson Wentz-esque, the way they butchered this, going out.
They did butcher it, didn't they?
Yeah, just whether or not it shouldn't have gotten to this point.
All right, so we'll take another minute. Julio Jones, a second round and a fourth round.
Well, fourth really was fourth and the sixth. He just flip flopped it,
Right.
So
yeah. So
basically a second round pick
Right.
gave up.
yeah. So would you be happy with a second round pick at this point?
Oh yeah,
He's
Yeah.
got to be comparable to Julio Jones, don't you think?
you would think so. Yeah,
He's still got 2 or 3 years of football left in him.
right. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's got the talent there. It's just a matter of the other team wanting to do it because of having to pay him
Right.
after next year.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's the only problem. But yeah, it's a good comparison though with Julio.
Well, we're past our 7 o'clock hour for
Sixers
yeah.
basketball.
for Sixers basketball, but I just wanted to go over a couple of things for next week for Dagwoods. We're really looking forward to it.
It's gonna be fun.
That should be a good show.
Yeah, it's going to be a great night. We got a lot of stuff planned. Greg the Bull Luzinski's going to be, with us.
Mm-hmm.
We got raffles, we got door prizes, great food, great drink specials.
Yes. We're gonna have some Polish beer specials. I believe it's gonna be for.
Polish beer.
Yes.
What's Polish beer?
Good question. I'm not sure.
Because that sounds very
We will get back to you on that. I will
right, 'cause
get
that-
samples.
Yeah. We have some Polish beer specials and I believe a Polish meal as well. There'll be as a
Ooh.
special as well.
I
Yeah,
love
Nick-
Polish food.
Yeah, Ed and Nikki do a fantastic job up there. We're just super excited. The new T-shirts are in with all of our sponsors on the back. We're ecstatic about filling out the new shirt. We're looking for a great. We got a half a year to play with
Right.
on the road. So we're gonna be up there the rest of this year. I know June, July, and August we're pretty much etched in stone, but we got to take one visit at a time,
Exactly.
one show at a time. So next week, come on out. We're gonna have a whole lot of fun.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
out early. It's not that far away. Great food. It's worth the drive.
Right off of 95.
It really is.
No doubt.
So
It's
you know,
literally
good-
right off 95.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Yep. State Farm, Philip Young, Northeast Philadelphia connection. So, we keeping the Philly thing alive.
Yep.
Abramson and Denenberg, Philly law firm, keeping the Philly thing alive.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I'm from Philly.
I'm from Northeast Philly myself.
See, it's all
There you
about
go.
Philly.
Yep.
Philly legacies.
Exactly.
So we're real excited about it. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Reading Phillies, baseball town, free tickets if you need them. Come see me at the store. I'll be here till about 3:30. Again, we got a lot of stuff going on. Nick Graff is our host family up there. His little guy's throwing out the first pitch
That's really
for Carl
Is he
Sparks.
really?
Yeah.
We're excited
that's cool.
for them. Nick's little guy, what's his name? Robert, I believe.
Yeah.
Their team plays for the championship on Saturday in Little League Baseball, so he's super excited. So we're excited to be back up there. So you come on out.
Exactly.
Come on out to baseball town.
You never know what surprises you might see out there.
Yeah, it's absolutely. So it's 7-10. We got it. We got to talk Sixers, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the hottest team in America,
Yeah.
right?
Talking about Sixers fans, like how Philadelphia fans are. We lose game one in a heartbreaker. The way they came out flat, and we're never winning another game again.
Wait a minute. They came out flat, but they came back.
Oh, they were right there, down 2 points, within the 10 seconds there.
They were a defensive stand away from winning that game.
Well, that and a one of those that long pass was the one pass that if that pass didn't happen, they win that game. Where Embiid had the clear path foul. They win that game if it wasn't for that. That was a nice pass that the player came up with.
Yes.
But now till today, we win the game. Now the Sixers are going to be sweeping out the Hawks. They're going to win in 5, and the Hawks aren't going to win in another game. So it goes to one extreme to the next. With
Fickle.
Right.
Is that what we call them?
Yeah. So that's why, like I said, you just relax.
The temperature is hot, though.
Oh God!
The temperature is hot.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean the process has been going on for a while, so we're ready to win, but just enjoy it. They're going to win it in 5 or 6 games. I'm thinking 6.
The big fella on one knee.
Right.
The big fella, 39 points game 1, 40 points game 2.
He just keeps getting better. Better each game. There's nobody that's going to stop him on the Hawks. And if it wasn't for a 15 3-point outburst in the first quarter for the Hawks, that we win that game too pretty easily.
So John, you think they take the next 3?
I'm not going to go there just because I still respect the Hawks. That they'll have, because they're shooting well. So they're going to have another game where they're going to shoot well, and and we may lose because of that. But if Doc goes and stays more with the starters, they can't hang with our starters. Their bench yesterday outscored our bench at halftime was 32-0.
Right.
Their bench. So I mean, and they were still down. So it was they can't hang with our starters once we go in there. It's just a matter of when we put our subs in, how they go. But Shake Milton stepped up huge yesterday.
Oh, how about that?
I mean that was huge.
How about that?
He had a tough first game, and he stepped up huge. They have the little guys here or there that picks up the sparks. And that's what's key with this team. I just don't think the Hawks can beat them. Four times.
Can I let you in on a little secret? You know a guy named Shaq? You know a guy named Charles Barkley?
The guy that's cooking skunks in the forest.
Both of those gentlemen both picked Atlanta to win the series.
Yeah, but
Really?
you know what? But see, the problem was it's a national thing. It's just all for shows and hypes and that kind of stuff. It's just
All right.
it's
So
just saying stupid stuff. Just
educate me. How does this collate into Atlanta? Shaq's from Atlanta.
I'm not sure where he's from, but
I may have that butchered,
Hold
but
on.
I'm pretty sure.
We can find out
he
real
may
quick.
be. But Charles Barkley, Sir Charles Barkley picks the Hawks.
well, like I said, I think it's one of those things you throw out there, and if it happens, you look like a genius. Because nobody's gonna be like, oh well, he picked this.
I'm not sure Barkley could ever look like a genius there.
That's just terrible.
So,
But,
Shaq is from New Jersey, by the way.
so
Newark.
it's just I just don't. I think it's everybody went on to the Knicks. Coming into the playoffs, it was the Knicks that was the golden team coming in that series, and they were going to blow out the Hawks, and it was them coming in. They were the hot team, and then they get beat, and then who beats them? Well, it's the Atlanta Hawks. So now they're the best team. Coming, they're the hot team. and they shoot. I mean, you got to give them props. I mean, that redhead kid keeps coming out. He hasn't missed a shot yet, I don't think.
The redheaded kid.
Yeah, the 6'10" kid. You just want to smack upside the head because he's kicking our butt. When he's out there.
They've gotten some unbelievable shots from guys that you would least expect.
And then Belmore, the Euro guy, he's kicking. He's playing well. He lights out. So I mean, you got to give them props for it when they're doing that. But it's just, and we're still winning. With them doing what they're doing. So it's just a matter of just staying course. Like I said, we Lauren and I agreed with her before the series. It was going to be a 5-6 game series, and I still believe that's where it's going to be. So so when we said 5 or 6 games, you're losing 1 or 2 games. So
Right.
It was just a shocker because it was game 1, obviously at home. That you lost it. You know what I mean? But I mean, I expected maybe game 3 down in Atlanta that we would have lost. But
so, how do you feel about the big fella? With a torn meniscus, in obvious pain at some point in the game. I know he came off the floor and they put a heating pad on it to keep him warm.
I don't know if it was plugged in.
He wasn't plugged in.
No, I think
it was off the shelf. Yeah, there kills my question. But I mean, seriously,
he's been dominant.
Seriously, and not just these games. All year,
right?
All year, he's carried this team.
He's on a mission.
Yeah. There's been other guys. I mean, Seth Curry's on fire.
Right.
Danny Green hasn't brought his game yet.
Yeah, which I'm a little surprised.
I'm expecting big things when he hits Atlanta.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's just been, Doc's been still pushing the right buttons.
Yeah.
I question it. I know a lot of fans question sometimes. He's quick to pull the guys off the floor. Next thing you know, he's got 5 reserves on the floor.
Right.
You're down 20 and you don't have a starter in sight. But I'm not going to question the guy.
Well,
what I mean?
But he's changing though because he's doing it, but he's leaving 1 or 2 starters on the court.
Yeah.
Even yesterday he pulled Ben off the court once they started doing the hack of Ben there with like 3.5 minutes left in the game, and then as soon as the 2 minutes came up, they brought him back in.
Okay.
We're up 18, so it didn't matter.
Really didn't matter.
But I just think he didn't want to put Ben through that embarrassment, maybe, or
he was already having
a tough night shooting as it was. But he, again, that's another thing. Like we harp on Simmons. He only had 4 points and 7 assists and three rebounds or whatever it was. But he shut down Traymon Young,
their best player.
Trae Young, so he shut him down, and he lost 15 points from the game before. So that you can add those points to Ben Simmons.
Well, I think I think Ben started off on him,
right,
playing really good defense, shutting him down. I mean, Trae was taking some awkward shots. Yeah. I mean, they were miserable. They looked like my shots. They were miserable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it kind of laid the groundwork for the other guys. Yeah. They ran off of screens.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do anything.
No.
Didn't do anything. Collins didn't bring much.
No.
You know what I mean? Let's go back to game 1. Was it more the Sixers not being prepared, not being ready, not being what? Because I can't. I just
was
can't.
Over aggressive.
I can't give Atlanta all the credit.
No,
because we fought back.
Oh,
there was the tale of 2 halves.
Right. Yeah, I mean.
So since the first half of the first game, Atlanta has disappeared in my eyes.
Right. Well, they are what they are.
So,
I mean, and that's what I'm saying is we they could win the next 3 games. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, they're winning the next 3 games, and now I'm going to get upset because they lose one of them. I still think 6, but yeah, I mean they've had control. Even really the second quarter of the first game, I think they ended up a point better. The Sixers, scoring wise in that quarter.
Yep.
So, it was 9 turnovers in the first quarter. You know, that's what killed you. You had 9 less possessions, and then you gave up 42 points to the Hawks that came out. You know, nothing to lose really. You know, and then you give them all these free baskets. So yeah, I mean, they're showing why they were the number 1 seed this year. You know, the next series, if we get that far, you know, if the Nets win, that's gonna be a little tougher. I'm not, you know, they're impressing me a little bit right now.
Well, I know it's 2-0 Brooklyn. They're beating the crap out of each other.
Right.
They're beating
Which
the
is
crap
good
out
for
of
us.
each other. Is exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly
Harden's
right.
out. Harden may even be out that one with the hamstring.
Yeah,
you know.
he could be out for the whole series.
Right.
But Brooklyn's still good.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I don't think the Bucks are ready to pack it in.
No.
You know
No,
what I mean?
they're back home, you know, tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't.
So.
I
Good.
think I think that could be a really grind series.
Right.
More so than what the Sixers are involved in, because if the Sixers continue on the path that they've put in place since the first half of Game 1,
Right.
I don't see the Hawks stopping them.
No.
Nobody plays defense on the Hawks.
No, exactly.
Nobody.
No. No.
Trey Young's just looking for his next shot. You know what I mean? I mean, he can have his 40, 50 points.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the next lob or the next shot, yeah.
But so let's look at you're going back to Atlanta, right? Friday night, right? Then they don't play again until Monday, so
Right.
the big man's going to be there Friday night.
Back to back, 2 days off, games.
Yeah.
So
Why not?
The big fella's playing.
right,
He's playing. He's no doubt he's bringing it.
right.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Put a brace on him, get some cortisone shots, you're good.
Yeah,
He doesn't even need that. He's fine.
he's not even playing with a brace.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, he's been good. He
Right.
really has. Can't say enough. And I know they've tried, a few, pushing him, trying to get under his skin. The one guy even tripped him. I was like, okay, now we're
Oh,
gonna try
I
this.
missed that. When was
Yeah,
that?
now we're gonna do this.
It was bad, but yeah,
Wow.
I like I said, we were talking before the show. I thought Embiid was taking that guy's head off.
He was not
Yeah.
happy. He was not happy.
When he charged at him and that flipped the switch, I was like, oh, watch out.
Yeah.
And-
At that point, beat him on the court, though.
Right. No, exactly.
And we
So
don't
I
need him
just
getting
wanted-
thrown out.
I just want to jump back on board here with everybody, and everybody's always, so cordial and thanking us, and, you guys are awesome.
Right.
We got Mike McCullough, jumping in with 36 points over the last 6 quarters.
Right.
That's domination, right, Mike?
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly where that's how the Sixers play,
Right.
right? That's, it's total domination. You know what I mean? So, there's a lot of good things going on. I know Atlanta's. By no means are they going to just hand the trophy,
Oh, no, of
to the
course.
Sixers.
No.
You know what I mean? They're gonna put up the fight.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm curious to, you guys that are still on board with us tonight. Let's hear what you're thinking over the course of the next 5 games. You know what I mean? What are you thinking? Where we at? Can we win? 2-3. In the next 2-3 games. Where we at? I'm always curious. I know my pulse. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to win every game.
Oh, of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just me. The sooner you can end it, you
Right.
get more rest.
Right.
And prepare for the next series. But that's just my pulse.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm just curious. Sixers in 6. I know you've said 5 or 6.
Yeah. With that first game lost, I'm thinking the 6 points.
Let me just throw this scenario at you. It goes 7. Game 7 back in Philly. How ruckus of a crowd's that going to be?
Yeah, well, they're definitely not winning that one, the Hawks, if it gets that far.
Right.
But, that'll be crazy if it does get here.
Joe Stinger, Sixers in 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's we got. I mean,
in all reality, five should be where it ends up happening. Just because of talent wise. But like I said, the Hawks have been shooting well. They're going back for 2 games, so you could be in trouble a little bit.
So now you got, I believe, who's the Hawks coach, McMillan.
Yeah.
You look for the counterpunch,
Right.
Right. You look for what they're going to do now, going back home.
But the extra day, to prepare.
Right. What do they do now to prepare for for this Sixers offense?
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, because I think it was 31-2 or something at home themselves. So they've been playing well.
They have.
So
And I think I think a lot of this Barkley Shaq talk stems back to McMillan taking over the team because he's the interim coach. Don't
right.
forget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He got nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Right.
Right? The team's been really playing well under him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The way they took out the Knicks, so
That, and plus, I don't know how much they actually watch the games. to be honest, because they're watching obviously the games that TNT's on or whatever they're covering themselves, but because Shaq threw out, Embiid's only averaging 27 points a game, 27 and a half points a game. Well, he's scoring 30 and 40, but at least 6 quarters this year or this playoff season, he hasn't played because he was hurt, or 2 of them that they were blowing him out that he didn't play the 4th quarter at all. So that's going to hurt your numbers as far as
Shawnee's got it going 7.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Gotta have the faith, Shawnee. just like the Sixers or the Eagles aren't going 10 wins. It'll be done in 6. It'll be done in 6, if not sooner. But I think 6. I think 6.
All right. Well, we took care of another Wednesday night.
Yes, we did.
Great show. Great hanging out with everybody. Great comments, questions.
Lots of comments.
Appreciate it all. Hopefully, I'll see some of you guys next week at Dagwoods. The whole crew will be up there. Lauren, Anthony, Sean. Sean's been talking about them oysters ever since we booked the show. So he's probably going to have a double order of oysters.
There you go.
But John and I will be there. Greg the Bull Luzinski will be there. We're expecting a huge crowd. Come early. It's upstairs. There's outside entrance to get in. That's very, very accessible to the 2nd floor.
Yeah, usually outside it'll be a little bit better because there's a spiral staircase inside. So
yeah, that spiral staircase sucks.
Yeah, but great spot, great location, right off of 95. Great beer specials, liquor specials, the food specials. Can't talk it up enough.
Meatballs, if you're ready for meatballs are good.
So we
Burgers.
will be there. We have a limited quantity of free T-shirts to hand out. So if you get there early, you can proudly wear
This
Fans View T-shirt with our sponsor logos on the back that we're real excited about. Again, it's State Farm Insurance. Philip Young out of the Northeast. It's Abramson and Denenberg legal people out of Philadelphia. We got Carl's Cards involved. I'm not sure how that happened, but Dagwoods Pub, they're great hosts.
Yep.
I can't say enough good things about them. So I'm really looking forward to it. My takeaway is I want to see as many people as I possibly can from that join us each and every week. If you guys can come and hang out with us, I'll buy you a beer. So that's my takeaway for the night. I'll throw it over to you.
Well, I was down there at Dagwoods this morning, and the guys had their shirts on already. They're ready. They're pumped. They're pumped.
Cool.
I got out of the car and I saw one of the guys work. It was working. He had it. I saw all the sponsors on the back, and I'm like, oh look,
very cool.
a couple of them that were there early getting ready
cool.
had the shirts on, so they're all ready. Cool. Get ready. There'll be a lot of good things from Carl's Cards and Collectibles that weekend or on that day for raffles and prizes that you guys can win. Get your stories, and we'll have trivia questions again, get your knowledge on Greg Lazinski, because I'm going to try to make it a little harder this time.
You're bringing it, huh?
I'm going to bring it.
All right.
Yeah, we're not going to throw any softballs this time.
There you go.
We're going to play hardball.
Oh yeah, we'll make it a little difficult.
All right, there you go. Challenge accepted.
And it may not all be Wikipedia related.
Oh
No?
'cause you've been talking to Greg, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You and him are buds.
Oh
All
yeah.
right,
Yeah.
okay.
Because that way we don't have
Cheaters.
We have a few cheaters, exactly. So this way you have to really be knowledgeable about your Philly sports here. So
There you go.
All right.
that'll be good.
Mario.
Nothing really to take away except, guys, have a good show next week. I will not be there in person, but I'll be watching you.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the support, and
Yep.
hold it down. Hold it down for us. Make sure we get all those questions answered.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Great night. Thank you. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Yes.
Yep.